All right. So this question is, how do you feel about the case with the twins in South Africa and coming to Namibia?
Well, it's very tricky because at times you cannot really comment about these things without being labeled. And one of my disappointment, there was a protest actually across the street with the supporters of the twins. And in Namibia, we haven't really gotten to that place of political maturity where we can have a disagreement without resorting to taunting and name calling. Namibia is a country governed by rule of law, and what I actually read in the newspaper was a bit misleading because one of the fathers to these twins claims that he is homeless and stateless as a result of them not being allowed into Namibia or not being issued travel documents into Namibia. I was in front of me here is my certificate of registration for Namibian citizenship by descent, which I acquired in 1996. Both of my parents are Namibians, but we had to meet certain requirements in order for us to gain citizenship. Why does the Ministry of Home Affairs do this? It is to protect the Namibian state, because in Namibia we already have a small population. So if we allow everybody to come in, it's just a matter of time before we become overpopulated. Look at how many Chinese people are coming in, or even how many Zimbabwean people are coming in. If we give everybody citizenship, it's a matter of time that we lose our identity of Namibians. So that is probably one of the reasons why we have such stringent conditions. Now, as I understand, one of the fathers of this child is a Mexican, and he's a Mexican with only a work permit who is still fighting to get permanent residency. The fathers of the babies, one of them is a lecturer I read at NAST. So he's a man of means, but they went to South Africa to go and get married. Now Namibia doesn't recognize same-sex marriage. We have a liberal constitution. However, our cultural rights are also included and they are observed. So whoever drafted the constitution of Namibia had to take in the cultural aspects. So it's not, I find it very opportunistic that two people, one of them not even Namibian, would like to come to Namibia and change the law just to accommodate. Otherwise, I can also go to the Ministry of Home Affairs, and if I've got the means, I can also go and sue the minister and say, no, they don't want to give me my children's citizenship by descent because of A, B, and C. But the law is there to protect all Namibians, not only a particular group of people. Of course, we do know that times have changed, and all of us do respect LGBTQ rights, and all of us do understand that a democracy exists to protect the minority from the tyranny of the majority. But it's not a tyrannical order to have certain procedures laid out by the Ministry of Home Affairs in order to create order in the country. So everybody has to fulfill the same requirements. One thing I read also is that they had their children by surrogacy. Now, surrogacy is not recognized, not applied, or it has not yet been discussed in Namibian law. So it seems this couple have done their best to circumvent the Namibian law. And my disappointment in the Namibian youth is that without even understanding the basis of law, they went to support and they are willing to undermine their own government's laws in order for two people to get their way. And one of these person is a Mexican citizen, is not a Namibian citizen. So in many regards, I find it distasteful when I saw the protests and they were calling the minister a homophobe, when the minister said it has nothing to do with the sexuality or the sexual orientation of the couple, but rather whether they fulfill the requirements. Now, these two twins have already gained, they've been issued with South African birth certificates. So they are recognized as South Africans. It is very easy for them, for the couple, because one of the couple says he's got 1 million in his savings and the rand is pegged to the dollar 1-to-1. So why are they not going to South Africa if they feel that as a family they want to be together? The reason they are not going to South Africa is because South Africa also has their own laws and their own legal requirements for you to qualify for citizenship, for you to qualify for a work permit, for you to qualify for a visitor's permit or a permanent residency. Every country has laws and citizens must abide by that law. And those laws are formulated in parliament by representatives of the people. You cannot usurp the law to fit your own dilemma. I've never seen it happening before, and I think the only reason it's actually happening is because of the potential to politicize the issue, because it's already been politicized and it becomes a political issue of having a homophobic government that doesn't respect LGBTQ rights, which is far from the truth. It is an LGBTQ couple trying to circumvent the Namibian law so that they can benefit, but so that they can get benefits that other citizens and other visitors to this country do not have, which I feel is unfair. But anyway, the matter is still in the court, and the court, I think, will pronounce themselves, I think, on the 4th of next month somewhere. I know they did bring an urgent application, but they need to study. But it's a very, very interesting case, and I know one of the lawyers is arguing whether it's in the best interest of the children for them to come. But I don't think really they're fighting for the best interest of the children. They're probably fighting for the best interest for them and their community, which I feel sometimes is unfair, because a democracy is majority rule. And if certain things are not recognized, maybe they should go through the courts or through parliament to recognize surrogacy, to recognize same-sex couples, so that the procedure can also be accommodated within the Ministry of Home Affairs. Because right now, the standing of the Ministry of Local Affairs is that a child must have a mother and a father. Now, with all the incidences of human trafficking, we cannot even ascertain who the mother of these children are. And yeah, it's tricky, and it's something ordinarily I will not speak about, but yeah, since you asked for my comments, that's I'll leave you with that.
All right, thanks.